Alright, what's going on? So, today I want to talk about the darkness, still, the infinite space, the unknown, what I was talking about yesterday, and this is kind of be like a part 2, I guess, but I'm going to talk about something, a little different, and I'll probably put it somewhere in the title of the video, but that is that I want to talk about why I am going to go to the darkness instead of the light when I die. And that is because of what I experienced yesterday. Or not what I experienced yesterday, excuse me. What I told you guys yesterday. If you haven't seen that video that I posted yesterday, go check that out. But I did indeed, travel through this, darkness, this infinite darkness, this nothingness. I couldn't feel anything. I was, truly free. Never felt more free in my life. My soul went there, so I astral traveled to nothingness. But anyways, so I just wanted to kind of talk about this real quick. Like I said, I am going to that darkness, that nothingness that I experienced around, I think it was around August, what I was talking about yesterday in my video. I'm going to go back to that nothingness when I die. I'm going back to that complete freedom, because I couldn't feel, and honestly, I don't even think in that moment I was aware that I couldn't feel. It was just as is, nothingness, and I experienced it. My soul traveled there, and I did not intend for that to happen, but I am glad it did, because it confirmed to me that the darkness is my home. The darkness is where I want to go. Nothingness is where I want to go, at least for a certain amount of time. I'm not saying forever, obviously, but explore that infinite, just straight up nothingness, just no feeling at all, at least for a little bit, and that's where I want to go. That is what I want my soul, my astral body to experience when I die. And why that is obviously, it felt like home to me. It felt, it felt like home, and it just relieved me of everything. It relieved me of feeling, period. The only feeling I can say to you guys is that it felt like home, because that's just how beautiful it was. And basically, I want to also touch on this as well. When they say go to the light, you see in the movies, you see this cliche saying, in this reality, when you die, go to the light, or do you see the light? Someone's died, let's just say someone's died in a movie. Do you see the light? That is what brings you back here. At least what I believe, that is what brings you back here. That specific light, I've heard, is said to be the moon. The moonlight, which just, when you go to it, it recycles your soul to come back here. Whatever is destined for you is going to happen. This is strictly my perspective, my experience, what I am going to do. I'm not saying you guys should all go to the darkness or whatever. Because if it's destined for you, then it'll happen. If it's not destined, then it won't happen. Simple. I don't have to worry. I'm just simply stating, don't, use my words and incorporate that into what you think, your reality. But anyway, so, basically, we are said to be light beings. Our true form is the stars. I don't know how much of that I believe, but I do believe when we go to the darkness, when we actually go back to the darkness, we are some light form, whether that be stars or, just something light, like there's an illuminated vessel light, something. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't know exactly if it's stars or not. I don't know. All I know is I feel like it's light. But anyways, so we're said to be stars, and, we were created, from the dark. In order to be created from the dark, we needed to be some object, some actual, physical object, I guess you can say. So the stars were created, and in order for this cycle, this physical experience in these bodies, to experience here on Earth, we became stars, or we were made from stardust, and we fell. You can hear some stuff like that. I've heard some stuff like that. All I know is we come from the Most High at the end of the day. The Most High is all around in all things. It's, you could say, well, what about the devil? Yeah, the Most High is the devil. Because the Most High has that consciousness to realize that there has to be balance. There can't be only good. Like, people that think that, life can't exist without balance. Life can't exist without this quote-unquote good, quote-unquote bad. Or quote-unquote positive, quote-unquote negative. It's not positive or negative. It just is. It's just balance. Straight up. It's just, life is balance. Existence, period. This infinite existence, period, I believe is just balance. Because that's what balance is needed for existence. I truly believe that. At least here. Maybe I'm basing the grand scale off of what I've experienced here in a sense. But, that's what I believe. You guys don't have to accept that. Or, you can click off the video right now, but I'm gonna, say what I think, and believe. But anyway, so, I am going to the darkness when I die, because it felt right. It felt like it was my home. It truly felt like I was at home, like I was in, I don't know, like I said, like I was in my just most, my final form. But I am going to the darkness because what they have said, to be the light is what brings you back here. Because I was shown something, right? I was shown what the darkness holds for me, which is nothingness, which is not feeling a thing. And that feels like home. I haven't experienced, at least that I can recall, obviously, in my infinite existence, I have not felt the light, right? So I can't just call that my home and then when I die just be like, okay, well, I'm going to the light because, everybody here says it, and everybody says when you die, go to the light because it's the most peaceful place. Well, I experienced the darkness to be the most peaceful place. So I'm going there. I'm not going to the light, because knowing this world, it's a backwards reality. It's what you guys have to realize. This reality is so backwards. They just would make up the fact that you go to the light and you go to heaven, or you go to the light and you're free. When in reality, in my reality at least, it's the darkness. And that is what I am going back to when I die. The darkness, nothingness, the infinite space, the black hole, whatever you want to say. Alright, something I forgot to add into the video is that with the moon is said to represent rebirth. And this could explain why, when, people say, you hear it all the time in this reality, when you die, go to the light, or do you see the light before you're about to die, or, whatever you might see in the movies, or, quote-unquote, real life. This light that they're talking about potentially could be the moonlight. I've done a little research on this. I've seen some things on this. I don't know if it's completely true, but I'm just saying this is a possibility. And it makes it makes some sense that the light that is referred to when one is about to pass could be the moonlight. And this moonlight, since it represents rebirth, could be the reason why when you go to this light, this moonlight, it recycles you, it rebirths you into a new body, and you come back here. And that is why maybe this term, is said a lot, so that people follow that and are just basically back in this trap. Which, the saying sounds good, but it has, intentionally it was set up for evil. It had evil intentions, and it just caught on because it sounded good. When in reality it isn't. So keep that in mind. That's just something I wanted to add in. And like I said, y'all don't have to listen to anything I'm saying, because at the end of the day, everything's subjective. Everything's everything on this channel is just my perspective on things, and the things I believe. And when I die, I am going to the darkness, because that's what felt like home to me. That's what I experienced. That's what felt like home. Therefore, that's what resonates with me, and that's what I'm going with. But you guys find and only accept into your reality what truly resonates with you, and that's all I have to say. So that's basically the darkness part 2, why I'm going to the darkness when I die. That's all I had to say, and I'm out. Peace.